If people can scale the business any way they want. To get started, it's going to be as a side hustle and a simple one man or one person operation. And that's how you're going to learn various aspects of this business better, it's like how to price your service, how to properly service the property, etc.
Welcome back to Beyond Common Business Secrets. I'm your host, Tracey Watts Cirino, and we have a fabulous guest for you today, Brian Winch. Brian, I'm so excited about what we're going to dig into today because you teach people how to work your business so it works for you. And that's like the biggest dream, what I teach people all the time. So I cannot wait to hear all about your expertise of how you've done this for many years. When I read this about you, I was like, oh my goodness. So Brian is the creator and author of Clean Lots, America's Simplest Business. He grew his side hustle back in 1981 into a successful business of 40 plus years. And he can show you how to operate a simple environmental service that's almost as easy as going for a walk. Well, I love to go on walks, so share. I cannot wait, Brian. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I mean, like I started this business back in 1981, so it's been over 40 years. And I started with very little money, skills, education, and basically learned from doing, or the school of hard knocks. And I quickly
went to college there too, so I get that.
Well, yeah. And so, when I say, if you need to work your business for your business to work for you, what I mean by that, and it's really pretty simple, you have to always move forward. You need a plan, and you can break that plan into little, simple, manageable steps, so that you're always moving forward. And, I won't pretend to say that you won't run into roadblocks and have some problems, need some clarification, but that's what you need to do. You need to find a solution to your problems so you're always moving forward. Celebrate those little wins because they will add up to a victory at some point. And people that buy my book are, for the most part, novices. They've never been in business for themselves before, so they're looking for some help. What do I do? And in my book, I have a simple 10-point action plan. What do you need to do in order to start a business legally? Like, I'm not talking about the idea, but the steps.
You're talking about a real business. Okay, good. Thank
exactly.
goodness. I don't think you would have made it on the show. No, I'm messing with you. Yeah, like we're talking about real business, not the hobby that's more expensive, that costs more than you make. We're talking about a real business.
Right. So, so basically, I offer free support with those people, those novice business owners that have never started a business and are going into a business for the first time, and starting a simple environmental service based on what I've been doing for 40 plus years.
So when you say that you set up the business so that you're working on your business in a way that it's going to work for you, walk us through like the first 3 steps to get started with that.
Well, like when I with my business model, and people can scale the business any way they want, but to get started, it's going to be as a side hustle and a simple one man or one person operation. And that's how you're going to learn various aspects of this business better, like how to price your service, how to properly service the property, etc. Then from there, you can decide if you want to keep it like that. And many people just want something to do on the side, bring in an extra, couple $1,000s a month to pay off some debt, or, put their kids through college or whatever. Others have dreams or goals that I want to take this and build it into a full-time business where, I'm in multiple states or whatever the case is. And so, I teach people and I show them in my book, if side hustle is fine, and you want to keep it a simple one-person operation, that's fine. But if you want to take it bigger, these are the steps you need to take, in order to get other people to work for you, until you have an army of people that are all throughout the city providing the service for you. And you can step back at some point and just manage the business, or you can, do a little bit of the service work yourself in order just to keep your hand in on the business and refine those skills of pricing your service. The decision is up to you. I don't tell people this is the way you have to do it, but this is what has worked for me. And, give it a shot yourself. And if you're having problems, pick up the phone and give me a phone call. I'm happy to help you.
Is there a specific type of service that you teach about?
Well, yeah, the service that I provide is basically a litter cleanup service outside commercial properties. It's
Oh,
not glamorous, but it is profitable. It's recession proof. It's pandemic proof. Everyone recalls seeing some of the discarded masks people just tossed in parking lots the last couple of years. And so, someone has to clean that material up, and we do it safely, in a very, a sanitary way. We don't handle this material. We use simple hand tools that allow us to clean up, litter material in less time, thus saving our customers money.
so that's where the environmental piece comes in. I love that. So often with what I do, teaching people in the in service-based industries, sometimes there's they want to be in a certain industry because there's a little bit of glamour, but I'm like, you have to figure out where your money is going to come from. So I love this idea of, hey, if they're building their dream business, but need to create funds, sometimes you've got to do, more than one thing.
Exactly. And like I've said before, it's not the most glamorous business, but it's something that people have littered. Unfortunately, they always will.
Yeah,
And
it's never going away.
if you can get past the idea, or if you don't mind cleaning up after people, there's guaranteed business just there waiting for you to grab a piece of it. And there's more to it than that. Like I tell people, anybody can clean, but you need to go that one step further and provide that added value. And the way we do that in our business is we provide a free reporting service. So I'll give you an idea as to how that works. If we're out at a job site and we're cleaning up, and we notice some burnt out lights, or the side of the building's been tagged with fresh graffiti, or someone has dumped off a mattress and sofa at the back of the property. We take a picture of that with our phones, and we send a text message, and we relay that to our clients first thing the next morning. And they really appreciate that. It makes their job easier. It helps build that relationship they have with us, and we have with them, because they recognize that we're showing ownership. We're providing that extra value that they may perhaps may have not received from their previous contractor that was providing that service. So that's what makes us stand out from the competition. The fact that we provide these extra services. We go on, like I say, anybody can clean up litter, but we do more than that.
Right. That's interesting, because I work with a lot of coaches. I work with a lot of salon owners, a few medical practices, veterinary, people that provide service. And that is true. It does not matter what your business is. How can you provide more value than your client expects? I love that. I love that you take photos, because that's the thing, with salons, I'm provide a before and after, provide a postcard of your child's first haircut, right there. So if somebody dumped off a bunch of stuff that you don't expect to be on your property, provide, a photo and a service of letting them know. And then I bet you that leads to a lot more work for you guys.
It does. It does. And
You're doing a good service, and then you are also getting more business from doing it.
Exactly. And, it's become so much easier over the decades that I've been in business. When I started there, this was before cell phones. You would have to basically.
Or you could just snap a photo, right?
Well, yeah. But even this was even before, this was 1981. So, there were, desktop computers, but but a lot of smaller businesses didn't have that back in the day. So, it was using the old telephone, the landline, and trying to communicate with your client as to, where this material is and everything. And like you say, nowadays, I mean, once the person sees the image, they can see for themselves, they know exactly where it is in the property, how much material needs to be hauled away, so they can get a good idea as to, okay, can we toss this into the dumpster, or do we need to have it hauled away? And it just makes their life so much easier, because back in the day, when we would give them the verbal message, oftentimes they still would have to drive out to the property, or have maybe their building operator drive out the property to take a look for themselves. But with the image that we provide, they know exactly what it is.
Yeah. And I love that you are really clear about the environmental piece, because that is one of the things that, again, doesn't matter what business you're in. If you're not protecting the environment, it's like you're not going to last through the next round.
Exactly. And, when I started the business, I was looking, back when I was 21 years old in 1981, I was looking for something simple that could be started, without having a lot of money. And as the saying goes, fortunes have been made in the cleaning business. So I was looking for something to do outdoors, and to feel good about what I was doing. And so this basically ticked all the boxes. And it was actually a service that my dad had done. He was a caretaker, or a janitor, for his full-time job, but he had done, over the years when we were growing up, my brothers and I, a number of things on the side, like cutting grass in the summer, shoveling snow in the winter months, but also cleaning up litter from a parking lot, which was only a couple of blocks away from the family home was at the time. And he had taken me along with him a couple times to help him out when I was probably about 13 or 14. And I thought, wow, you're getting paid to do this. This is easy. This was early in the morning before the businesses had opened. And
Right.
so, we would just walk around the property, and, and he was paid to maintain the property. So we weren't cleaning up an accumulation of trash everywhere. He
Oh,
was there
okay.
on a daily basis. And so it was just a matter of walking the property, and we were done in almost the time it took to walk the property. And yeah, we would go
That's
home,
where
eat.
the
Yeah.
walking, just as taking a walk. I love that.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody that was wanting to get started with, like you said, it's like I've heard recently that like all the money is in the boring businesses, like the things that people don't think about, right? So this sort of unglamorous. So what would you say to someone that's just getting started?
If you're getting started with any business, or thinking about or a business for themselves, is look at your hobbies, your strengths, and your weaknesses, and try to find something that you would enjoy, you would like doing. Don't just chase the dollar signs and jump in, because chances are, if you're going to run into some problems, and you're going to quit sooner than if you find something that you're involved, emotionally involved. And you want to see it through, because you have a passion, and you want to see that passion, and monetize that. It might be a hobby, but that's what I would tell people, is don't chase the dollar signs. Find something that you think you would enjoy doing.
That is just wonderful advice. How many businesses do you have now? Like, have you done this where it's across different states, or what does it look like for you now?
Well, I still have the cleaning business. I've scaled
Mhm.
back the number of hours that I actually, get out and do the cleaning work, but I still do it because I've grown accustomed. I love, first of all, I'm an introvert, so, I kind of like doing work by myself, and doing it. And there's something about doing the service in the peace and solitude of the early morning hours. I can get out there. I really enjoy doing what I do and feeling good about what I'm doing. And then, I'm back in the office in the morning, running the office, the business. But now I'm, with my website, I'm teaching other people across the country how to do the same. So my business is I'm kind of back into another side hustle, if you will, with marketing the book, and assisting other people.
Yeah, that's wonderful, right? It's like same principles apply all the time, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, any other words of wisdom that you would like to share with us today?
Well, I think you need to bring the three P's. Like I often coach my students. You need to be passionate, patient, and persistent. And nothing happens overnight. You have to keep chipping away at it. You're going to have some good days. You're going to have some bad days. But as long as you're moving forward, you're that much closer to achieving your goals.
I love that. Those are three of my favorite words. I love that. So, Brian, how can people find you?
Well, they can go to my website, which is cleanlots.com. And all the information is there on my website. There is a free download. Is this business right for you? If you want to download that. And then also there's a video that actually shows me providing my service and talks about, what the business is all about. If you want to learn more about, how the work is done and all about the opportunity.
Brian, I love so much that you are so passionate about your business and that it literally is making money while you take a walk. Thank you so much for being here and sharing with our guests all the fabulous ways that you can make money from a business that you enjoy. Go check out Brian's website, and we will post the link to his website in the show notes. As always, I hope you are having the most beyond common type of business day, and we will see you on the next one.